to Expert Channel TV. You are watching another episode in this fascinating series of the Golden Door Awards, which are the first International Writers Awards on the foundation of truth and integrity given to digital content writers and printed non-fiction literature writers. And today with me we have a very special guest. So please everybody help me welcome Simon Vincent. Hello, thank you for joining me today.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Okay, so you are one of the top 20 shortlisted, and your submission is actually a joint one with Kevin Cotton from Canada. So if you haven't, to our viewers, if you haven't watched that interview, I highly recommend you go and watch it because that was really, really interesting. So Simon, can you tell us who you are and what you do?
So I'm a journalist from Singapore. I've been in this line for, I guess, about 5 years. I've mainly covered a lot of socio-political issues and a lot about civil society. So that's partly because of my interests, I suppose, and that's kind of how I went about working on my first book as well. So yeah, that's been mainly what I've been involved in all these years.
Okay, great. That's interesting. And now I guess that's also influenced the work you've submitted. So can you tell us a bit about that piece of work and all the inspiration behind it?
Sure thing. So the book is a collection of interviews with 26 Singaporeans who have challenged the status quo in different ways. So the reason why I wanted to focus on people who perhaps not always on the mainstream is because they have the most interesting ideas. So when I went about this book, I wanted it to be a interview series, but also one about ideas. So that's why, as part of the book, it's called the Naysayers Book Club, because each interview is its background is the interviewee's favorite books and their intellectual influences. So I try to weave that in throughout all the anecdotes you hear about their professional work. So this gives readers a sense of their personal convictions as well. So yeah, so that's why I felt if you are going to find out what are the most innovative thinkers and who they are and what they do, you kind of have to find out what people who are pushing boundaries are doing, because they have the most innovative ideas and they think out of the box, as people would say. So I always knew, being in Singapore, that activists, journalists who might be writing more for independent outlets, and academics who are interested in social justice issues, they tend not to be covered a lot in the mainstream media. So I wanted to do a book featuring these people, because I kind of knew intuitively and also through some personal interactions with these people that they have really interesting ideas and they care a lot about Singapore and they have much to contribute. And this just wasn't being covered and Singaporeans were missing out. So in my own small way, by collecting these 26 people and doing a conversation, it was a free-flowing conversation, each of the interview, and through that kind of introducing some of these ideas that might not always be featured, I thought it would be something that readers, especially who are interested in the future of Singapore, really would gravitate towards. So that was how I went about the book.
Right, that sounds so interesting, and I'm so happy that you have given a voice to those people, to those true change makers, because that kind of person is who really changes the world, even though they might not be, featured in mainstream media. So that is a great idea and a great achievement, and that's probably why you're at the top 20 shortlisters, because that is a really fascinating idea for a book. And from here, on behalf of everyone on Expert Channel TV, we really wish you the best with the awards. We are really making it a point that everybody who's made it to the top 20 is already a winner, because you're all just so incredible, outstanding individuals who are doing things differently. You're doing things, again, not following mainstream, and that's what's really going to change the world. So thank you for that. And now, what would it mean to you if you were to win one of the Golden Door Awards?
It would be an incredible honor. I guess the award for me would be further encouragement to continue doing journalism that I think is lacking, which is basically journalism focused on social justice issues and plight of people who are marginalized. And yeah, so I guess the award, I mean, it's nice as a kind of pat on the back, but for me, the larger significance would be, hey, you know, this is something I should continue doing, and you know, it would be good for all journalists as well to kind of get in line with that too. So for me, the award would be, yeah, validation, but also to just keep on doing work, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah, just that extra encouragement that I'm sure we all need at some point, especially when you're telling like raw stories from real people, without all the glamour around them, and that's sometimes, you know, harder because you don't really know whether there's an audience for that or not. We know that there is, and that's why these awards have been created, because there is an audience for that. So congrats again on your submission. We really wish you the best, and hopefully we will be seeing you again soon on Expert Channel TV. Thank you so much for sharing a bit of your busy day with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's been a pleasure. And to all our audience, remember you can watch and follow this fascinating series of the Golden Door Awards on all the social media platforms. You can get to know the top 20 participants for each category. You can also watch a really interesting interview with Tahira Amir, who is the founder, the creator, the mind behind these awards. And we are also going to be speaking to the judges to ask them all about what they're actually looking for in the winners. So thank you so much for joining. Remember, this is a two-way conversation, so let us know what you think, drop your questions, your comments, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Thank you.